Okay, everybody. We are live. Sorry, we are running late. We're running late. Guys, listen. The big topic on today is about relationships. Do women and men really know what they want? That's what the questions from my clients has been like, Misha, do men really know what they want? And I said the question is, do any of us really know what we want? The things that we say that we want, we don't need. And the things that we need, we don't want. So I got two special guests to help me with this topic on today. And I want y'all to chime in. I want y'all to ask questions. But let me go ahead and let my first guest go ahead and introduce himself.
I'm Yale Sharp. I'm Misha's cousin. Uh, I want to get in today to just talk about my experiences as far as relationships. I'm actually an expert on it, but I can actually tell you through my trials and tribulations of what I went through in a relationship, exactly what I expect out of a relationship and some of the good things and the bad things in a relationship. I can't define anybody else's relationship, but I can actually tell you what has worked for me, and maybe it may work for you. So thanks for having me, Misha.
You welcome, you welcome. Okay, let me go ahead and have my second guest introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Shanye, owner of The Vanity. I'm here just to give my experiences. I'm in my early 30s. My views, I've been through a lot more than a lot of women my age. So I just want to give my views on things I've seen and experienced in my past. As far as do we know what we want, as far as young women.
Okay, and as you all know, I am life coach Misha Wilson, and we are going to be talking about some real life issues, some face to face issues about what it is to be in a relationship and what is the boundaries of a relationship and the three C's to a successful and prosperous relationship. And how do you know that is the one for you? So let's open it up. Yeah.
hmm
When it comes to relationships, and how old are you now, yeah?
I'm 53, going
53
on,
years old.
going
53
on
years
43.
old.
Yeah,
Congratulations on building your first home.
thank you.
Awesome, beautiful home. I was like, I know one of the bedrooms is my bedroom.
Really cool. It's here for you. I just got to
Beautiful,
get it
beautiful
decorated.
home. Now that you're 53, yeah, what are some of the things that you find that's more important now than it was, let's say, a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? What's more important as far as relationship wise to you now?
I think, as far as relationships, I think what's more important to me right now in a relationship is trust,
Mhm.
compatibility. Uh, I don't think there's no two people that is compatible 100%. I
Right,
realized in my past relationships, I didn't work things through. You get what I'm
right,
saying? I kind of come to a stop and I realize, hey, look, there's a problem. You know what I mean? Let me just jump out of it. But
right,
I had to realize that the older I got and the experience that I got from my last relationships, that, there's more to it. You know what I mean?
right,
To understand that me personally, I really never understand the fundamentals of a woman and how they think and their desires. You know what I mean? When I was much younger, I most so looked at women as an object, as an
right,
opportunity to extract what I wanted out of a woman. So the older I got, and when I realized that I love differently, because when you get older, you love differently. You love on level.
right,
You get what I'm saying? And then you love based upon your experience and the things that you've been through. You get what I'm saying?
right.
So what I look for now, the question you asked, let's get back to the question you asked. I think I jumped totally off.
No,
But
you good. You good. You
okay,
good.
well, you know what I mean? I look for far as trust, security, uh, somebody that's gonna love me for who I am and accept me for who I am. You get what I'm
Right,
saying? And not try to change me. And if you try to change me, if you're trying to make some changes within myself, if I know that it's a good change, I have no problem with making that change. You know what I
Right.
mean? When you love somebody and you love them deeply, you'll make those changes. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? You totally make them
Right.
if they for the best and if they for the
Right.
better, you know.
So the 53-year-old Yale is basically saying that the most important thing is dealing with trust.
Well, that and communication to me is number uno.
Okay. Okay.
Because if you're in a relationship and you can't have if you can't communicate properly, no two people ain't gonna always be right. If
Right.
you and I have a misunderstanding about a situation, doesn't necessarily mean you have to be right or I have to be right. We can agree to disagree as long
Right.
as we have an understanding. You get what I'm saying? Because
Right.
we're not going to always, we're totally two different people. We have totally two different makeup, mindset, and everything. When you're in a relationship, you're trying to bring two totally different people together as one.
Right.
And there's work that has to be done on a daily basis.
Right.
So the fundamentals, the ground level, the concrete, the foundation has to be communication, along with, and I put this first, God first, then I say communication. You have to communicate, because if you got good communication skills and you and your partner, your girlfriend or whoever, your fiance or whoever, if y'all can communicate and not get upset about a situation and still cohabitate in the same house without being upset, and walking around, she's pouting or you pouting, you know what I mean? Say, okay, baby, I understand where you're coming from. I don't agree with it, but I love you. Let's go. And don't
Right.
have an attitude about it. I think that is so magnificent in a relationship.
Right. Shanye, what would you say? Being that you are young 30 and the things that you've gone through in your life is a lot more than girls 30 or young women that's 30, you've experienced being married. You've experienced being a single mom to 3 children. You've experienced dealing with cervical cancer. You've experienced with seizures. You've experienced a lot of different things in a relationship. You talked about with being in a toxic relationship and different things like that. So now that you've gone through those things, that 15, 13, 14-year-old Shanye, now Shanye is a 30-year-old young woman. But how do you look at relationships, and what's more important to you as far as relationships compared to when you were younger?
Well, my appetite has changed when it comes
Okay.
to who I deal with and what I deal with. The old me, I used to be okay with, oh, well, I caught him doing this, but it's okay, it's okay. He still liked me. Or when I was in the abusive, situation, he hit me or he pushed me against the wall or he did this. So I'm okay with that because he loved me. He just was mad at the moment.
Right.
Now I'm not dealing with that. I know my
Right.
worth. I know I was made from God.
Right.
That's the king. I'm a princess. I shouldn't be treated like trash.
Right.
So as far as now, I look for stability. If I can feel like we're stable, we're good. Things don't have to be perfect. And like Yale was saying, you're not gonna always be perfect, or you're not gonna find that person where you get that 100% of everything. But give me that 80-20. That 20, we could deal with that.
Right.
So I look for stability. I had to learn then that I couldn't find my happiness in someone else.
Right.
So now it's, if you can make me smile, if you can put that smile on my face, but with me knowing that my happiness still comes from Shanye. But if you can add to that, and we have more, more days of, I can come in, I want to run to you and tell you the best, the great news first. Or we have those moments where I'm walking around the house looking like Pikachu and we're joking, we're laughing, we're
Right.
watching movies. If we could just enjoy each other's company, have a friendship through it all, no matter what happens, we're friends first.
Right.
I don't
And
like a lot
I
of
think,
chaos.
yeah, I think listening to you and Yale, and us being in these 3 different age brackets where you are 30 and I'm in my 40s and Yale is in his 50s, I've noticed, like, even with me per se, with relationships and just going through a second divorce and different things like that, and learning not to play the blame game, but also taking responsibility in the relationship of what caused me to stay in those relationships. Do I really know what I want? Because what I was doing is feed the appetite of that young Misha, you know, that insecure Misha, that person that was not confident in who they were, the person that didn't really love themselves. And I had to realize that I was teaching them how to treat me. Every time they stepped out and began to do things that was against what I wanted or I know I deserved, I was teaching them it's okay. Every time I accepted it to come back, it's okay. So I had to realize the grown-up Misha had to realize that you can't keep playing the blame game. Yeah. Right. Since you got some, you know, fault in this as well. So now opposed to the young single mother that was looking for love in all the wrong places, when God had to show me that the love first was in me, it was already there. It was already there, because you can't look for love or happiness in other people, because when you do that, you're going to get disappointed. And I had to realize that. To piggyback off of something Yale said, and he said about the communication part of it, I will always say that. And then God began to show me something a little bit deeper than that. He said, it's not just the communication, and I call it my 3 C's to successful and prosperous relationship. And when we as people as a whole adapt this, I think that we'll go further. And you know how that song say, make it last forever? We can actually really make it last forever. And we're not so equipped to want to say, you know what, this ain't working. I'm sick of you. You ain't doing what I want. This, that, or the other. It goes with communication. We're not talking to each other to wait to double dutch you in to say, I'm ready to wait so you can hear what I got to say. No, communication, comprehending each other, understanding each other. Because every single day of our life, something about us changed. Our taste, what you said, our taste changed. Then turn around compromising. Stop being selfish, self-centered, self-serving. Because when you are like that, it's all about me. No, when you're bringing 2 people together, 2 separate different people with 2 different backgrounds, 2 different upbringings, you have to compromise to each other. I just told a young lady this, and I'm going to let y'all jump in because you know I'm long-winded. I just told a young lady this. I said, you know, when it comes to relationships, a lot of people, the big C that causes issues is complaining, right? You got 2 people that come from 2 different backgrounds, where one person come from a background where it's affection. The other person don't know affection. So instead of complaining about it, God showed me this through my marriage. If it's something that you want from that person, go get it, right? So here it is. We both sitting in a room. I want a hug, but you ain't showing me that you're giving me that hug. Go on the other side of the bed and you hug him. It don't matter how you got it, but you got it. So we got to learn to, instead of complaining and bickering and arguing with each other, start communicating. Explain to that person, listen, this is what I'm needing from you, babe. Instead of running off cheating, this is what I'm desiring from you. And it's not what we say, it's how we say it. Correct. That comes across, because once a man get on defense, most men now that I've noticed shut down. Yeah. Shut down. And we as women, we run our mouth. Right. Yeah.
I think in my relationship with my fiance, I am a very much communicator. I like to talk things out. I really do. I like to, even if we don't understand one another, I like to talk about it. You get what I'm saying? My biggest pet peeve is to go to bed upset and angry. Right. You know, I never wanted to sleep in a bed with a woman that I love and she has her back turned towards me. Right. I have my back turned towards her. You get what I'm saying? Right. So every step of my relationship, I've been with my fiance now for like 12 years. And we've had some ups and downs. We've had some things that happen in our relationship that I regret. But it taught me, and it was a learning stage. And I'm still learning. You never get to the point where you too old to learn, because I can actually say that she's younger than I am, but I've actually learned some things from her as well as she's learned some things from me. You get what I'm saying? So, like you were saying, that, try not to give up. You know what I mean? You're gonna have people outside of your relationship try to judge and gauge your relationship more so than what you are. You get what I'm saying? So you have to don't even worry about that. So I think that men, when I was much younger, men see relationships different from women. Most women want to be a monogamous relationship. Women are thinkers. They think things out before they do it. They plan it out. You know what I mean? That's why we say you could never catch a woman, because women plan things out. Men, we're very spontaneous. We like that. And if you ask a man, why did you do that? When they say, baby, I don't know. I don't know why I did it. It was stupid. They're telling you the truth. We're telling you the truth. We don't understand why we did it, because we're more visual.
Right.
Not that it stops when you get older. It's still there. But coming through the ranks and getting mature, you have to understand, you know what I mean? Do I just be visual? There's a difference between looking and interacting with what you're looking at. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Window shopping, purchasing. Right.
You can look, you can window shop all day, but you got to realize and understand, okay, I'm looking. If I approach and say something, now you open up another can of worms.
Right.
That maybe you ain't gonna be able to have no control of now, and you already in a relationship. And that's one of the things that I had to deal with myself. You get what I'm saying? And I had to think, this is the way I had to think. Is it worth it? What am I gonna get out of it? You know what I mean? Because like Shanye said, there ain't nobody that's going to give you everything you want in a relationship that's 100%. Financially, sex, personality, all of that. You're going to be lacking something, and it's up to you as the person to say, hey, can I deal with the 20/80, what he's lacking? And if you feel like that you can't, I wouldn't kick the ball, move the goalpost and keep moving it. I would say, hey, listen, I can't deal with that. When I was much younger, there was things that I would deal with that now I wouldn't deal with. I got more years behind me than I have in front of me.
Right.
First of all, as a human being, you got to know how to love yourself more so than you love the person you with at times. You understand? Right. Because I've been in relationships where I felt like I love the person that I was with more so than I love myself. And when that happens, then your thought pattern is totally, you'll find yourself apologizing for things that you were right about, but you were so in love, you didn't stand your ground, you tilted. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. This or all that. You understand what I'm saying? And you gotta, like you say, you gotta know your worth. You get what I'm saying? And also, I wrote down a point that you were saying. You said, take responsibility.
Right.
That's big. That's real big in my book.
Right.
If you can take responsibility for what you've done, if you can own it and show that you own it, to me, that's a big step for somebody to say, baby, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I did it, not to pass it. I did it because you did this 7 months ago, or you cheated on me.
Or you trying to buy your way out of it.
You know what I mean? Own it, take responsibility. You might not be able to deal with the consequences behind owning it, but take it. You get what I'm saying?
Teach it, Yale. Teach it. That's what they said. Teach it, Yale.
So what I'm saying is that I'm still not perfect at this point, but I know that I'm a type of guy, when I love you, I love hard. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like as a man, you know what I mean? When I was coming up, it was okay for me to extract from a woman, whether it was sexual, financial, or however. But as I grow older and I realize that as a man, it's my responsibility to take care of my woman. If you want to be known as the man, now this is my personal belief. Now this is me. Don't take it for everybody relationship.
No,
But
go ahead.
I do not think that if a woman is with a man and they love one another, whether they're in a relationship, a monogamous relationship, or they're in a marriage, I don't think that it should be a 50-50 far as financial responsibilities. Unless that is something you guys agree on, depending on one another's financial
Right,
stability.
right,
You get what I'm saying? I'm not
right.
saying that that's a total X. You get what I'm saying? But I give an example. Say you're dating a guy and you know that he's a professional. He know that what he's not necessarily what he's making, but you know his capability or his financial stability
Right,
situation. You know what I mean? That I feel like that if you're going to be the man of your house, that is one of the things of taking a lead of being a man of your house. You get what I'm
right,
saying? That's me. Every man might not see that way. Have I always been that way? No, I haven't. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've always extracted,
right,
pulled. You know what I mean? Did what I felt like that was you know that would feed my ego. You get what I'm saying? That
right.
that 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 made me who I was. But as I got older, I realized that those things wasn't as important as finding somebody that you truly love and enjoy doing things with,
Right.
going places. You know what I mean? Is my relationship perfect? No, not by a long
Nobody
shot.
did.
Not by a
Nobody.
long shot.
Mhm.
But we try to talk things out. We try to get an understanding. And one of our biggest peeves was like not staying mad, not staying mad. You get what I'm saying? And at this particular point, I'm putting a lot more integrating. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, we got to give God some of our time, more of
That's
our time
key.
than we have been given, because He is the foundation, the glue that keep it together. You know, I
That's
say
the
that one
only
and
way.
more come together. I'm in the midst. You know what I
That's
mean? And like I said, and it's a learning experience. Men, like I said, we are more visual. We look and we see like, oh, big booty, nice breasts, she fine, she's sexy. You get what I'm saying? But when you get older, you still want that attraction. You still want to be to somebody with attracted, but it don't always have to be physical attraction. You
let
get
me
what I'm
say
saying?
this too. Let me piggyback off of that, yeah,
Yeah.
when you said that. I just was telling somebody that. I said it's like Christmas time. You have the fake packages under the tree and you decorate them, right?
Right.
If I gave you that package, you expecting something great and grand to be in it.
Right.
Very disappointing when you get that package and you realize it's dressed up on the outside, but there's nothing in the inside of it. That is a liability and not
Right.
an asset to you, and that becomes a problem. But the problem that I find we as people, male and female, because women the same way. Women are visual, but we don't act on it as quick as the man does, right?
Right.
Mhm.
But when you get that package, a lot of times we take more time to do research on other things than the person that you're interested in. And
Mhm.
I say that we don't do that because we don't want to get disappointed with that fantasy of this person, thinking that, oh God, dog, he got it together, he got the job, he got the car, he looked like he could, because that's what women say.
Right.
Oh, he looked like he could do or whatever. That's how women talk too.
Mhm.
So don't
Mhm.
think it's just y'all. Women talk just like
Right.
that too. I don't care
Right.
who it is. Something about them attract them to that person.
Correct.
And then instead of them taking time out to really get to know that person
Mhm.
and watch that person and study that person to make sure y'all are compatible,
Right.
they just brush it under the rug and then now you done laid and played.
Right.
Now women, we get caught up because we thinking he done laid and played with you. Now he loved me. No, that ain't so.
Hmm.
That ain't so. Now you done did the soul tying thing. Now you
Yeah.
done got addicted. And I just told a woman this. I said, sex is like crack. That's why God don't want you to have it before you get married. Because if they do some things to you that you never experienced before, now your mind blown
Yeah.
away. Now you done got caught up, wrapped up.
Absolutely.
You don't care if he got 50 million women, long as he come take care of you. Now you're degrading yourself. You telling this man that I'm only worth this. I'm only worth not even 5 minutes of your time, because that's basically what he probably giving you the most of. But because you got so many feelings wrapped up into him and you just want the touch of him, now you feeling cheap. Now you feeling unloved. Now he sees you in public and he don't speak to you. If a man has you as a secret, you're in an arrangement, not a relationship.
I agree.
If a man can
Definitely.
only see you at the midnight hour, you're not in a relationship, you're in an arrangement. And what you're telling him is, this is all I'm worth. I'm spare change to you. I'm an ancient Chinese secret to you. I had a man tell me the worst thing a woman could ever do is give her body to you and you did not earn it. Because after he get it, the challenge, the chase is over with.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
They
it.
don't call you as much. They don't text you. They throw you crumbs to give you, to keep you attached, just so he could keep the option of having the connection to you.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, he like, why should I make you wifey? Why should I make you my girl? Why should I make you my woman? Because you giving me everything free. Free.
Yeah.
Shaya, what do you say about that as a young woman?
As a young woman, I definitely was okay with that in my early 20s,
Right.
late teens. I was okay with that. You know, I wasn't looking for anything serious, but me being 30 years old now, I'm 30, I'm a mother, I have a career, I have my own business. No, I'm not settling for anything less than what I feel like I deserve. I'm not going to let you
Right.
put a cap on what you feel like I deserve. No. And you're right. A lot of women walk around and they, well, you know, we do this and we do that. And just because he's sleeping with you don't mean he in love with you.
Nothing. Nothing. Because just
So
like
then
he
now
laying up
your
playing with
heart
you,
is
he laying
broken.
up playing with somebody else.
Yeah. Now
You
your
know,
heart is
you
broke
text
or you feeling
somebody
some
else,
type of
hey, beautiful,
way.
good morning.
Yeah. Because he outdoing him, and then you see something or somebody that know, you know, y'all dealing with each other, seeing you something, now your heart broke or your feelings hurt, but you telling him it's okay
Yeah,
in your actions.
absolutely.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and one thing I'm big on, and I say this, and I had to learn this, people words are who they pretend to be.
Mhm.
Because your words, you could be a great actor. You could say, I want this. And I've learned that too. A lot of things that men, not all men, but a lot of men that I've run across, the very thing that they say that they don't want in a woman, I want a very conservative woman. I want a good woman. What is the definition of a good woman
Mhm.
to that person? A
Well,
good woman may not be the same thing to Yale as it is to Billy Bob over here. What is the true definition? And then once you get that good woman, why are you still searching and looking? And vice versa.
Exactly.
You say you want a good man. You say you want a provider. You say you want the security. You say you want that man to love and pamper you unconditionally. You say you want that, but why are you still looking? My answer to that, and I want y'all answer. My answer to that is once somebody get that on what they say that they so desire and they've been looking for all their life, they keep on looking because guess what? It's something lacking in them, not the individual. That's why they
Yep.
need more than one person to stroke their ego, to feed that spirit that's in them because they're lacking and they're needing that love and attention. And so they trying to get 100 and multiple people and they'll never reach it. Never,
I,
never. Shanya, what do you say about that?
you talking to Shanye?
um So how I feel about it is I agree totally. You have those people that'll say, well, I want a good woman and I want somebody that I come home to and she cook and you know the house clean and she working and yeah, you know, I'll do this and that for her, but she able to take care of herself. Then you get it. Now what? You out here flirting with other people or you know you're not showing appreciation to her, and appreciation isn't materialistic things all the time. Just a kiss on the forehead sometimes, and babe, thank you for everything that you do. That goes a long way with a lot of women.
Yeah.
Or you're out here and you're embarrassing her.
Right.
She's looking happy and she thinking one thing on one track, and then females laughing at the girl because they know different. You know, they're like, no, he out here doing him, he out here. But then when you catching him with different people, it's with females that he around you and you know frowning and making faces. Babe, look at that. I'm so happy you're not that type of chick. But low key, that's what they be wanting. Not all of them, like you said, but a lot of them that I've run into. or say they want this type of person, or yeah, you Shania, you it, man, you the total package. You cook, you clean, you keep your kids together, you keep yourself together. Then you find them cheating, and they cheating with something that look like Who Shot John, and she don't know how to cook, she don't know how to. So actions definitely speak louder than words. It's all in your actions. And I sit back and I watch everything now. If I see you starting to move a little funny with me, or I'm noticing I'm catching you doing this and I'm catching you doing that, no, that's what you really want to do.
Right.
You just like the benefit of me. You love the benefit of me. You don't love me.
And that's the difference. And I'm gonna say this, and I want Yale to expound on that as well.
I,
When
I, I,
women say, she don't look better than you. Know what God showed me with that?
what?
God said it ain't the physical that they're attached to, it's the spirit. Them kindred spirit. The spirits are just alike. So that's why they can link up, and that's why they like them. See, they don't see the outer part of them. They see that spirit, and see, you don't do what they do. You see what I'm saying? If they sneaking and smoking, but you can't come home and smoke with you, he could smoke with his street girl. And she's so happy and so flamboyant with it, because you know why? You see all 4 seasons of that man. She only see the summer part of him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So those are the things that I'm learning as this journey we call life go on, that, baby, it ain't about your looks. It ain't about your bad body, because guess what? That means Jay-Z wouldn't have cheated on Beyonce. Honey, it's about them spirits that they attach themselves with, and they're familiar. Yeah, what do you say as far as that goes?
I say this, and I say this. I think men, we are more attractive to women that is elusive. And when I say elusive,
be true.
I mean women that have more. You ever met a woman that had that think like a man? You get what I'm saying? They think on the same level as a man.
Right.
If a man can start coding you and dating you, and he can put his hands on you, and he can get in your brain, he can get your physical aspect, you got then. You said something, you got. But as men, we love the chase. The chase, that's what excites us. You pick up the phone and you call, and she don't answer the phone, and you thinking. Now, the women that answer the phone on the first ring and second ring, you know, oh, she gonna answer the phone on the first ring. I don't did it. I don't call it. Don't watch. She gonna answer this phone on the first ring. You know, you call back if they missed the call. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I'm just calling you back. I was doing such and such and such. Now you're putting yourself in a situation to where man understand, look, I got it. Men love elusive women. They love the chase. You get what I'm saying? You know, you call a phone late at night, she don't answer. Now he's got the man thinking. You know what I mean? Why she didn't answer the phone? He was just on the phone 10 minutes ago. Now he's thinking. You know, but if they call you at 2, 3 in the morning, you answer the phone, that's what it's supposed to be. But you're asking me, we're saying about what a man wants. They love that chase. You know what I mean? They love it. Once we can get a grip and we can get you when we're still in that realm of dating, we can put our finger on you and we can have you sexually. Because once a woman give themselves to a man sexually, that's a spirit. You get what I'm saying? That's a whole different ball game. You
whole different level.
Things that you can't pull apart. And like you said, if it's good and if it's better than what somebody else has given you, then that creates another element. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, with women, a woman needs to understand what they real tolerate and what they won't tolerate. Right. Here's the deal. Yep. Women got to understand, all women, men too, the signs are there. If you don't want to see it, it's on you. You see the signs. You get what I'm saying? And if you allow yourself to see the sign that it's blinking, I see this. That's something I don't like. I don't like the way he moved. And he came back to you and try to clean it up. And just because everything's been good with you sexually or however, you know what I mean? And you get back in it and it comes again, then you can't fault that man. You got to
can only
fault
fault yourself.
That's what you got to do. You get what I'm saying? Because it's almost like hitting the golf ball. You know what I mean? He's driving you downfield. You know what I mean? I'll kick you already down there on all the way. I'll kick you. I've hit you down there. Now I'm going to come and grab that ball. I'm going to put it on the tee again, and I'm going to hit you again. You get what I'm saying? And that's because you accept it. And if you cut it right there, if you clip that in the bud, you say, hey, listen, dude, listen, lady, I just don't like the way this is going right now. You know, and they already see that I'm headed for something that I know that's not going to be a good taste in my mouth. I like you. I appreciate you. I care for you, but I gotta cut this out right here. I gotta stop this. You get what I'm saying? Because all you're doing is asking for damage, asking for hurt.
And that's so true.
That's basically what you're doing. And if you're a woman and you got yourself together and you understand what you want out of life, there shouldn't be no thing as a substitute. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a thing as a substitute, because once you cross that threshold and sleep with a guy or sleep with a man, now you're in a whole nother realm. And I got female friends, and I told them this. If you want to see a true guy and what you're working with when you're dealing with a man, deal with him as long as possible and don't have sex with him and see what you get.
Yeah.
See what you get. You know, and then if he going on about his business, no big deal. He ain't get the cookies. You good. You Gucci. Oh, dude was clean. I like the way he smelled. He got his stuff together and everything. But you know what? He ain't conquer what he came here to get.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because I know from experience, and I'm talking from experience, once you get that, then you've got
you give.
You got right. It's like I got the basics of what I need to get from you. I've extracted that. But as I got older and realized that in itself one is as most important as my relationship as a whole.
Right.
That was just, and I can see now that I'm a little older, that women would say, oh, I love sex, I enjoy sex, but it's not as important as the relationship as a whole.
Yeah.
If you would ask me 20 years ago how important sex was in a relationship than it is now, I'd be like, hey, man, that thing 95%. I gotta have it. You know what I mean? I gotta get that. You ask me now,
right?
I'll be like, man, we gotta have some communication, because I tell you, try to have sex being angry, especially with a woman. A man can do it, but not a woman. A woman ain't gonna be it because they're physical. They're emotionally, and they're in tune into that, the emotions and whatnot. And when you kill that, then you ain't got yourself nothing. But like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and blame a man on a woman when she's dating and she's understanding what she got herself. The signs are there. It's up to you to deal with those signs and follow those signs. You know what I mean? If you deal with a guy and you say, I'm gonna let him cheat this time, I'm gonna take it back, then I'm gonna let him cheat again, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell
them. You're teaching people on how all the way across the board.
Yeah, what it is, you're accepting. You're saying it's okay. I accept this.
Yeah, it's
that's man for me. I gotta accept this from you because you're that king. You know what I mean? And when you do that, then you categorizing yourself. Now he knows what he's got. But like I said, and you can ask any man. Men love the chase.
Right. I'm reading comments over here. People were saying basically you on point and everything. And it's the truth. It's the truth. As a woman, once you start getting seasoned, you should. I'm not gonna say all women, because some women are older and they still making these same crazy decisions. But it should get to a time in life. And I remember my grandmother used to always say, if you find a fool and they let you bump their head, you keep on bumping it.
Right.
And until they say ouch. Well, the thing is, I had to realize and say ouch. Enough is enough. Because if I keep letting you come in and out of my life, you're gonna keep doing this thing. Because you don't got comfortable with it.
Of course.
You don't got comfortable, but I can't blame you. I can't get upset with you. I can't get mad with you. The only somebody I can get mad with is me, because it's like a thermostat in my house. Yo, you can't come to my house and change the thermostat unless I allow you and I give you permission to. The same thing in my life. I said this year, 2021, Nisha, you just ended a second marriage, right? Okay. I said when God allowed me to write my first book, I'm dedicating it to my two ex-husbands, and people start laughing, thinking I'm trying to be shady, but it's not. I appreciate them because they taught me how to be the woman that I am on today. See, the pain that I went through, it prepared me for the purpose in which I'm walking in right now. So I appreciate that, but I take full responsibility in whatever happened in that relationship because I had to realize, one, they was assigned to me to distract me, right? But I fell victim to that because there was something inside of me that was lacking, that I was looking in them to take and fix me. They couldn't fix me.
Right.
They could not fix me. I had to take accountability and say, Nisha, what's wrong with you? What's going on with you? Why you don't love yourself enough? Why you don't respect yourself enough? I can't ask this man to respect me if I'm not respecting myself. You see what I'm saying? I can't respect myself enough if I'm allowing you, my husband, or whatever man you're in relationship with, or even with men with women, to allow you to go step outside of this relationship and give what was supposed to be mine to somebody else, and I'm willing to share. No, I bought a whole meal when I signed those papers between me, you, and God. You know, I signed for a whole meal, not a half a happy meal. Now you're still starving in parts of your relationship. And once that trust barrier is broken, it'll never be the same. It's hard to grab hold to that. And I tell people that's a big thing too. With trust, you can love somebody to the day they die. But once you break that trust barrier, it's very hard. You question everything.
Oh, yeah.
You question everything. And
it always play in the back of your mind.
Yeah, but you question everything. And that's why I say, you know, if you're honest from the very beginning with people, they can't hold anything over your head and say, well, you misled me, but I told you I wasn't ready to be in no committed relationship. But we as women, and I find this with women, I don't know about men, Gail, and you can answer this. We as women, I don't know where we get this superpower thing that we think we could change a man. Baby, he ain't changing. If I don't want a man to change for me, I want him to change for himself. Because if he changed for himself to better himself, it's going to last longer than him changing for me. Because that's only a temporary thing. You're doing that just so you could get with me, just so you can see me or whatever. No. Because the real you going to come up out that grave one day, and then you're going to start resenting that person. I changed for you. And no. Change for you.
Right.
Change for you.
I don't want to, I heard what you said, that a woman can't change a man to a certain extent. And I'm going to say this to say that. Men love differently than women do.
Right.
And you say that men love hard. Men don't fall in love as much as women do. We don't.
Right.
We don't. And when we do fall in love, we in love. So when you say change, I'm thinking it depends on what you meaning by change. You get what I'm saying? Because loving a person and how you feel about a person will change some factors in your life with that particular person that you're with. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense to you. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, so, hold on 1 second. Let me say this. When I'm saying changing, right? You know, okay, say for instance, if a guy is a street guy, right?
Right.
But he's interested in a more settled down, kind of like classy lady. So is he changing for the better, or is he changing because that's what he want to accomplish? This is what I'm saying. It's a difference, because if a man is changing for the better, he changing because it's some things that she's bringing out of him, but it's still up to that individual to say, I want to change because, yeah, you're right. I want to be better for me, not just for her. I want to be better for me. Not you changing for a month or two until you do hit the draws. We grown people, it's real talk. Until you get into the panties, and then all of a sudden now you revert right back to where you just came from, because you really didn't change. You was playing dress up.
Right.
You got to understand. But as a woman, like I said, you got to see beyond that facade. You get what I'm saying? Because over a period of time, like I said, and this is true if you just think about it. When you first start dating a guy and dealing with a guy, whether you dating him or however you want to call it, if you go month after month after month after month and haven't gotten to that point of hitting the draws, having sex with you, you will see a change. You will see the phone calls won't come as regular. The calls won't be picked up as regular. You get what I'm saying? Now,
Right.
And it's hard to differentiate. Would he act this way when I give it to him, or would he act this way? But you will be better not giving it,
Right,
and the phone call stop, than giving it and the phone call stop. You feel like a fool and a sucker.
right.
You get what I'm saying? So my thing of it is that this, like, I go back to what I'm saying with this. The signs are there, and like you were saying, would a man change for a woman in that instance? That's for a woman to determine and for her to see by the guy that she's dealing with at that particular time. You get what I'm saying? If he's going to make that change. But you can direct him to making that change on how you deal with that person.
I'll accept that.
You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, I got it.
If you help facilitating how he is, then he's not going to make that change. You get what I'm saying? But some men come back to women and say, you know what? I appreciate the way you handled that situation with me. I respect you 110% on that. You know what I mean? I'm glad you didn't, because I know you're a good chick and I didn't want to mess up anything going on with you, because women are molded by their life experiences.
Right.
So when a guy run into a woman and say, man, you hard, or you this, that's because of what they've been through in life. You get what I'm saying? So they got the guards up on both sides. You get what I'm saying? So when you have those guards up like that, you got to realize that because GL Smooth come in, you can't let them down. You got to keep them guards up, because you got to understand, what did I just come out of? Or what did I just come from? I know what I just came out of. You get what I'm saying? So you got
what I found, Yale? You know what I found too?
What's that?
It's just women. Women think that certain ways that guys act, and I just recently found out this. A lot of men, just like you say, when they really do love, they love. Yeah. And when they get hurt, they put up that wall, and it's hard for a real good woman to come in and break it, because they like, I don't think I want to take that chance. Because men hurt different than women hurt.
Of course.
They really do. It's like with a man and their ego, their pride. That's like, that just do something that destroys them. And they handle it a little bit different. And I found that guys, like, I've always had homeboys. And I found with them, when they talk and I ask them questions because I want to do my little research or whatever, they said it really pushed them into being a man that deal with more women, because they like, listen, I don't want to go through that. If that's what y'all go through, I don't see how you could do it. And I was like, serious? They was like, seriously, I don't see how women could deal with a man after a man after a man breaking their hearts and still be walking around functioning. Say that joke had them all jacked up in their head, like messed up, like they couldn't function properly. He said, but what women think that men are so just hard and they don't hurt. And he said, we hurt too.
We hurt
too. But everybody is so guarded. Everybody got this shell up that nobody can touch nobody.
Right.
And that's where I feel like in the beginning, the process and the foundation of laying a relationship is a friendship and being honest and realizing every friend is not meant to be in a relationship either. They're friends. Yeah. Everybody is not relationship material. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it comes with really setting a foundation of getting mentally, emotionally, and spiritually naked in front of a person. And when I say that, not taking your clothes off, but to the point of you straight up and honest with a person, let that person know what you've been through. And it's almost y'all interviewing each other to make sure that y'all fit with each other. No, not 100% because everybody got their flaws, but people need to ask questions when they first dealing with a person. What is your sexual preference? Because nowadays people doing these threesomes and they bisexual and all of this kind of stuff. What is your sexual preference? Do you like kids? Do you want kids? You need to know certain things. Do you like family functions?
Right.
Do you like to travel? These are things in relationships people don't want to address because you physically fine to me. You smell good to me. You got the lips, hips, and fingertips. It's time for us, especially as we get older, to get outside of that and go deeper than just that outer appearance, that outer shell, because what you see may not be what you get.
No.
So, I mean, what do you think about that, Shanye?
I definitely think you should have like your little interview session when it comes to people, because you could get into a situation and I take that back. You can get into a situation and you can ask that person those things, and they, yeah, I'm dating. I'm dating, at this stage we dating toward, you're looking towards marriage, and they putting on like they this and like they that, and then y'all done been together, and then you start to notice this person really want this stuff, or were they just saying this to make me feel good, or were they saying this to be with me? So you have to watch out. Like cuz say, you see the signs, but some people are really, really good pretenders. Some people are really good pretenders, but it is good to ask those questions and not just go off of, oh, because they look good, or oh, because this and that, because you can wash a puppy and then dress them up, and it's still gonna be a little dog.
Right.
It's still a little dog.
I think
That's how I feel about it.
yeah.
Well, wait, because once you do finish, we did have a question in the comments
What's that?
from Miss Tamika. I don't know if y'all seen it or not.
I didn't see it. I don't see it. I don't see any of the comments.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it. She had a question. She said, if they want someone else, why not leave and go be with the person? Why stay married? So like why stick around, and be in a relationship?
Well, I think I'm the only one that's been married, right?
She's saying
No, I've been married.
Oh, she's saying, well, when you ask, when it depends on what she's speaking, if the woman or if the man. A lot of people stay in relationships, marriage or whatever you want to call it, for different reasons.
Right.
That particular person is bringing something to the table that maybe the person that they're dealing with on the outside is not. If it makes sense, you get what I'm saying. So a lot of times, people say, well, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just go on about your business? You know what I mean? But it's easy for somebody to say that when they're not the one actually in the relationship themselves. You get what I'm saying? Because I disagree with cheating on either side. But when you marry and you in a monogamous relationship with that, it's just not that easy to just walk away from it. You get what I'm saying? There's steps in between doing that. You get what I'm saying? There's steps to just walking away. Some people, I've never seen anybody, and there's some out there though, can just walk away and don't look back. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe some men.
That used to be me now, because I leave.
Right. Yeah. And you're probably a rare breed. You get what I'm saying? But if you truly, truly love a person, then it's really, really, really hard.
Right.
Now I'm kind of with her now. If you want to leave, you leave. Now, at this point in my life right now, if my fiance or anybody I was dating cheated on me, I'm gone. It ain't no questions asked. Out the door, I'm gone. Because at the end of the day, you got to understand your worth, and if you're gonna tolerate that, you get what I'm saying? Because hey, listen, that's some heavy stuff. And then with a man, I think it's harder for a man, and you might to take a woman back. To me, is cheating, because we always thinking our man, what he had her feeling like. You know what I mean? Oh, you was doing that. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Because we're what try to word it. I can't pick up a word right now, but the alpha male. You get what I'm saying? And it's real hard with a man. Not saying it's not hard with a woman, but we take it differently. We take it. You'll think that things are good, and then they come back, and it can be good with the woman, 110%. But it's in the back of the mind, like, babe, they'll get out of the bed sexually with you. You just got through having sex, and they'll sit up, and you'll lean over, and they'll be like, well, what's wrong with you? Babe, I don't know, man. I just keep thinking about it. I just keep thinking about it.
Oh, women do the same thing. Women
I believe that. I believe that. So I don't know if I answer her question to just leave. You know what I mean? Because I'm quite sure there's been some times in people relationships that they don't just leave. They might leave physically, but are they gone emotionally?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
So what she was asking was, why don't they just leave? And you were saying that, but to me, I feel like, and we don't know what benefit it is. Everybody got their own benefits on why they stay with a person. But a lot of time, people will go outside and cheat for whatever reason. And this is what I said about men and women when it comes to cheating. A lot of times, women, when insecurities with different people, women get insecure, we get clingy, needy. It's like we be like this, like glued to a man. We be aggravating and nagging. We just want to be around you. Most men, when they have self-esteem issues, they get multiple women. That's what I found. They get because it's an ego thing. They need that. Okay.
No, I just read a comment.
Huh?
I just read a comment.
It
said she was agreeing. Nikki was agreeing with Yale. She said, we think about it as well, turn Aquafina into Sahara Desert.
Seriously, you can't. She was saying, like, basically, you can't get turned on by that person or whatever, because we do. We think just like men do. We could be doing good. We could be laughing, and it could be a song or something that triggers us. And we go to think about that thing and looking cockeyed and crazy. You could be dead asleep, and we looking at you and want to bust your head wide open because you go to thinking about that over and over. And mentally, we think the same way. Like, we know how we are with our mate. Then you turn around, so you did that with her, and then who she done been with, and it's just crazy. And that's why I said, before you even step out to cheat, that communication, and go back to communication, comprehending and compromising. Talk to your mate if it's something you're in need of, because tastes change. As we get older, things that we used to like, we may not like that no more. We want something a little bit different. Take it to your mate, take it to your spouse. And most women that love a man, she get up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and bake a cake for you, homemade. She will do that for you. And that's why I be telling a lot of guys, if you just open up your mouth. Open up your mouth. Most women, not all women, because like you say, you got some women that act like dudes. Most women, if you love her and treat her like a princess, and it don't take material things. That's where people get it messed up too. They feel like if a woman is a woman that work hard, make money, she a strong tower. Like me, I'm an alpha female. If I see I could change a light bulb, I'm not going to bother my man to change the light bulb. I just won't do that. If I can move my sofa, guess what I'll do? I'll move my sofa. It's not that I don't need you. What I need from you is security. I need to feel like you got me no matter what. I need affection. I need that shoulder to cry on. Those are the things that women need, and men misinterpret that like she don't even need me. She don't. Yes, we do, but it may not be the physical aspect of I need you to change the light bulb. I feel like, why should I bother you with that? And some women, they cry babies and damsels in distress. But I wasn't raised like that. But don't think that a woman don't need you. And some men, they get aggravated by that because they're like, dang, you act like you just don't need me. Yes, she needs you, and it doesn't take much to satisfy a woman. It really don't. It's just the little things, the simple things.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think, when it comes to stuff like that, I think sometimes, and don't, I hope nobody take this the wrong way. Some women sell themselves short.
Yes.
They sell themselves short. And when I say you sell yourself short, I say this to say, you shouldn't have to train a grown man. You get
True.
what I'm saying? A man should know your emotional and physical needs. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Certain things a woman shouldn't have to ask a man to do. Whatever he sell himself on to you, then don't ask him anymore. See if they make moves on what they sold themselves.
Oh, for real, for
You
real.
get what I'm saying? See if the same thing they sold themselves on, you shouldn't have to repeat it. You get what I'm saying? See if they make moves on what they sold themselves on. See if they're gonna pick up the phone and say, "Hey, babe, what you doing? You want to go out tonight? You want to go dinner?" You get what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to ask a dude, call him and say, "Hey, you want to go out to eat tonight?" It's okay if you do it sometimes. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, go ahead and get dressed. I've made plans.
Right. And I give you an example. Say you're in a car with your dude or somebody you date. Let me just give you an example. And y'all in the car and you stop to the gas tank, okay? And you get out the car to pump your own gas, or either you got out the car and put your card in the machine to pay for your gas, and he see that your car on E and was like, "Babe, let me get that." That should raise an eyebrow to you, like, what am I dealing? You know how many times I went to the gas station and seen women pumping their gas and the man sitting in the car on the passenger
side? Oh, no, sir. If he ain't
so that's when I say that's when I say that sometimes you actually, as a woman, you gotta know what you want. You gotta define that in how you date. You get what I'm saying? Because if you constantly make the same old mistakes that you made prior, then you ain't learned nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Old man told me, how do you know? Put the shovel down when you digging a hole. You know what I mean? Stop digging. Put it down. You don't dig no more. You get what I'm saying? So you got to realize that, hey, this is what I'm going to accept. And you got to stand firm. Male and female, you got to stand firm on what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. Because if you continue to accept stuff that you know that's not the norm for you, then you're going to get drugged.
And it's going to get worse.
It's going to get worse. So if a man come in your life and he tell you, "Oh, baby, I'm this, I'm that," you know what I mean? Let him prove himself. Give him an opportunity to prove himself of what he's saying. Pin him down to what he said. "Oh, I thought you said you was this, bro. Didn't you say you was like this?" But you're not proving it. Right. So you don't give them no time. You know what I mean? Because a lot of women tell men where they need to go with dealing with them. "Oh, I like this. Oh, I like that.
Talk too much.
That do this. Okay. If he be around you long enough, he would understand what you like. You know what I mean? If you sitting there watching a commercial about crabs and be like, "Oh, one day was good. Oh, she like crabs. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go to what is called Mr. and Mrs. Crab. Babe, what you doing next week? Let's go to Mr. and Mrs. Crab." Now he's paying attention
and studying.
Like. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So and that's just one example. And with me, did it come overnight? And it goes back to what I was saying, because I was more of a womanizer and extracting what I felt like was good for me, physical wise, out of the women that I was dating. You get what I'm saying? And you lose out on a lot. And you know what I mean? And when I got older, I felt like that, you know what? I did that enough. Now I got to show what I really was and who I really am. And it just didn't come overnight. And it's still trials and tribulations that come through right now. I ain't perfect, and I'll still be learning until the day they put that lower me in the ground. But what I'm saying is that I have learned over a period of time that the woman that I'm with now, I'm going to take care of her. You get what I'm saying? Because and here's how I am about that. I don't want her to just say, "Oh, he had good sex." I want her to say, "He was a man's man." You get what I'm saying? So if she go and deal with anybody else, she'll be able to reflect. Wait a minute.
Right.
Dude, she going to know right off the back that this dude ain't nothing like the dude that I had, man. I can't. They might deal with it for a little while because it's the freshness. You know what I mean? It's the little green grass, but that grass got to be watered too. You get what I'm saying? And like I tell anybody, try to stick in a relationship and work your relationship out. If it ain't cheating or whatever things that you're not going to tolerate, talk about it. Try to work it out, because if you get out of that relationship and go into another one, you're gonna still have your issues.
Or even worse.
Be the same, but they're gonna be issues.
Right.
And I think the dating scene with women is more harder than what it is with men, because there's more of eligible women out there than I would say eligible men that want to be in a monogamous relationship. Because when you find a man that's eligible, that's got his stuff together, he swag, he clean cut, he can dress, he got a nice job, he carries himself, he smell good. That's the man that's got all the things everywhere. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be a man that would chase a woman that's hard for them to grasp, to put in his, you know what I mean? That'd be the one that chase. And I don't think it has anything to do with when you said that. I think you said something about the ego or self-esteem or whatever. A lot of women have to realize that they can stop a guy from, say for instance, a guy got an old lady and he stepped to a woman undercover. You know what I mean? It's up to that woman to feed into that narrative.
Right.
She could easily say, listen,
Yeah.
I think you're a good guy. I like you. I like your swag. But if you're single, then maybe we can do some things. You get what I'm saying? We can go somewhere. You know what I mean?
Can I say something real quick? Cause I had an incident that just happened like that to me, right?
Right.
But I didn't even go that route with it, because I don't even, with the single thing, that's too much for me. That's too much for me, because when you have a whether it's your wife or a girlfriend, right? I feel like if women respect other women's space, men could not do what they do.
Bingo.
And I guess because I was on the receiving end of being cheated on.
Bingo.
And before even I got married, I've always had the mindset that if you have, whether a girlfriend or wife, I didn't want to deal with you on that level because I'm a woman. I don't want to share who I'm dating or who I'm married to. I just don't. I know the pain and hurt of finding out that you love somebody and now their attention is going on somebody else. And most of the time when their attention is going on somebody else, now everything about you they can't stand. Now they start trying to belittle you. They try to tear you down. So I would never, ever, ever do that to another woman. So I had the person come in my inbox and everything, right? And I read it. And it bothered me and it troubled me because I know who you married to, right? Mm-hmm. So what I learned to do is I delete and block. Don't come in my inbox.
There you go.
I don't even say if you're single. No, if you was single because you're doggish, you're dogmatic.
Right.
You are and I get up 4 days in the morning posting stuff, my businesses and all of that. You three something in the morning in my inbox, bro, first you're disrespectful because your wife probably laying next to you. Why I had it done to me. No, I think not. Get out of my inbox. Don't be back in my inbox. Don't write me. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't do none of that. Block is sign, seal, deliver. I don't even look at you in that manner. And you're very disrespectful. And if you tried it with me, you don't try that with other women. But this one right here, I don't appreciate that. And I don't even receive that. And that's why I feel it's a man somewhat knows how to approach a woman because of the way she carried herself. And it's about what you advertise. It's about what you advertise. And this is how I feel. It's certain things people say, oh, sexy, sexy, sexy. He'll lay up with you, babe, but he ain't gonna make you his woman because you know why? You leaving nothing to the imagination, right? Right. His friends see everything you got, right? So it's like they seeing what he sees. Right. But me personally, especially as I got older, I believe the more I put on, the more sexier I am. The more classy I am. And the way I carry myself is the way I expect you to approach me. Don't be in my inbox saying, oh, I guess I got to open up the bag to take you on a date. Bag?
Yeah.
Like I'm a little girl or I'm a prostitute or you about to buy me. I think not. My table is set. Right. I'm not looking for a liability or a project anymore. I'm looking for an asset. Somebody to add to my life, not subtract from my life. I've had enough of that. And I'm like you, cuz. I got more years behind me than I do in front of me. I don't have time to waste. So I done got to the point in the level with me, myself, that I've matured to the level of when I see somebody, even if I had contact with them, and I don't care how much I like you, I like me better. I will go ghost. You know how power?
Yeah.
I will go ghost like we never existed. That's just the way I am because my peace and my sanity is too priceless. You too expensive for me. I can't afford you. So you need to go and go your way. But women got to get to that point.
Let me say this to say what you said a mouthful when you said that, when he came in your inbox. And a man gonna try a woman anyway.
Right.
But if they see you and how you move and how you respond, how you act, then you're telling them, you know what I mean? You advertising, like you said, you advertising. You get what I'm saying? So when a dude come at you in that way, like you said, he came at you and you knew he had somebody, even if he came at you and you had a dude you was dating, listen, don't, because once you feed into that narrative, like opening it up and say, hey, how you doing? Or how you been doing? Now, you already know that this guy's been trying to get at you. You get what I'm saying? He's not your friend or somebody that you, i.e., call your friend. And if he's beckoning at you, you know 2 years ago he tried to talk to you and he inbox. Good morning, gorgeous. How you doing, sexy? You been okay? And you finally open up that email or that text. Now you sending a message to him like, ooh, he thinks, I got it now.
Right.
Shoot all of this. So it's best. Sometimes you got to know when danger lies. You got to know, you got to say, you know what? And that goes with men too. I ain't going to even do that. I ain't going to even put myself in that situation because we as human beings, we become weak. We get weak depending on our situations and our battles and our relationships. You get what I'm saying? And people try to pick that. They try to see when you're weak and when you waver a little bit and they think they can catch you like that. But the thing about it is that particular person, whether they male or female that's trying to get at you, they just trying to see what kind of chaos that they can cause in your relationship. And then the thing about it, I don't want no female that's already got somebody.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
What I'm wanting out of you, if you already got somebody,
you can't
all I want to do is be on a sexual basis with you because you got somebody. And if I can pique your interest while you having somebody, what makes me think that once you with me, that you somebody else can pique your interest?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's all about how you present yourself and how you show yourself. You get what I'm saying? Because dudes watch women how they carry themselves. You get what I'm saying? Social media can be very, very dangerous for relationships. You get what I'm saying? Very, very, very dangerous. And that goes for male and female. You get what I'm saying? Because, people go in and out your inbox, you know what I mean? And just like you said, if he's in your inbox,
somebody else's.
And 200 more inbox. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's basically, I'm going to try to seek and see what I can get. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to say the right thing to her. Good morning, sweet. Oh, I seen your post. You were so sexy. Oh, man, that's a lucky man, man. Ooh. If you ever knew that dude, I got you. I got you. You know what I mean?
Why ain't no man appreciating you?
Yeah, I got you. You know what I mean? So people can tell by your post sometime what you're going on in your relationship. You get what I'm saying? And I'll give you an example. Say a person that doesn't post pictures that much. And I'm like, when they start posting a lot of pictures or like, you know what I mean? You can practically tell without talking to that person what this person going through. And when they start saying, oh, you got to be careful for a man. A man really don't understand about it when he got a good woman and yada, 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 yada. You know what I mean? But you said a mouthful when you actually said that. A man watch how a woman carry themselves. And if you out there advertising, then you're going to get unwanted attention that you're really not looking for. And it's the type of attention that you don't want. You know what I mean? You just don't know you don't want it. Inbox come out. Oh, you got a fat ass on you. Or what? Dude, is that the way you approach your mom?
Yeah, stop cussing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that the way that you approach your mom? You get what I'm saying? The type of dude you want approaching you. Dude, I ain't 16, I ain't 18, I ain't 21. I'm a full-grown woman. So don't step to me that way. You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
you married. Last time I heard, you got a girl. Sometimes you have to set people right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll wake a dude up and be like, you know what? She made sense. She really made sense.
Right.
She put me in my place. I appreciate that. She wake me up. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, man, you got a whole wife. Give that same energy you trying to give me to get me back to your wife. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
End of the road.
Yeah.
If you want out of the relationship, get out of the relationship. Like the girls say, why are you staying there and inboxing me 24/7, man, Facebook or wherever you want to do these, you know what I mean, and Instagram or wherever. Me personally, I think social media can be dangerous for relationships.
It really is.
You know, you just got to know how to keep your boundaries. You get what I'm saying? And you gotta really understand and let people know you in a monogamous relationship, because if you don't, they're gonna be intrusive. You get what I'm saying? And then
you can still let it be known, and they still will be that way. Okay, guys, listen, because we went over the hour, and it's all good. It's all good. We this free free TV. But listen, this is one of the questions. This is the last question that I want to expound on. How do you know that this is the one for you? How do you know that that person, when that person comes in your life, how do you know that, you know what? I'm tired of being in the dating game. I just feel like that special one for me. How do you know? Shaye? Either one.
To me, I know because how I was being funny earlier when I told Yale that I would just leave. Like the younger me and my cousin, God rest her soul, she made a joke. She was like, "Cuz you don't mind moving on, do you?" So I kind of laughed because I didn't. If you catch me the wrong way or I feel wrong, I'm gonna just up and leave you. I'm gonna go about my business, and I could see you and don't see you, you know. But when I'm with that person and I feel like, okay, this is the one, it's not that easy to just let go and walk away or feel like, I don't have time for this. I'm just going, and like Yale was saying, if it's not, we're not cheating on each other and we're not, and they just doing stuff that I'm a very moody person. If you know me, I'm very, very moody. So I do have those moments where I don't want to be like a girlfriend to you. Like, you go downstairs and leave me alone, and I'm gonna go upstairs and mind my own business. So when you find that person that, yeah, when you find that person that you actually care about, yeah, I love me more than I love anybody, and I love my kids more than I love me, and I love God more than I love all of us. But when I started to want to make decisions for us and not just that would benefit me, that's when I start like, okay, well, maybe, or if we have those disagreements, instead of me wanting to just walk away or rant and rave and just want to go do off and do my own thing, that's when I was like, okay, can I see myself with this person, for a long period of time or for the rest of my life? That's when I started to sit back and realize, like, okay, this is the one. When things get tough, are you going to be here with me? That's when I started to feel like, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And repeat the question again.
Oh, this Family Feud.
How do you
know that particular person, or when did you feel like, okay, this is the one for me, this is the one that I don't want to be out here cheating on, or I don't want to be tipping and tapping around with other people. This is that particular one I want to go ahead and settle down with and give my last name to.
Well, I know because of the way that person makes you feel emotionally and physically, in a sense. And I know because there's things that I have done differently than I have done in any of my relationships. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's new, but it's the first. You get what I'm saying? It's the first thing that I've done outside of any relationship that I've ever dated, that I've ever actually been in, that I know. And it's just to me, it's that feeling that you get around that person. And I get this out. Me and my fiance, we travel a lot. We go different places. We do a lot of things, and we have fun. whether we go to the desert,
Right.
whether we go to the beach, you know, we laugh and we joke about people and whatnot. So
Right.
I just feel like it's that feeling that you get inside of you that you enjoy coming home, and when they're gone that you miss them, and they can just be going to work and you know they're coming back. You get what I'm saying? And you
Right.
just, you know, man, I can't wait till they get back home. You know what I mean? And just, you know what I mean? Like me and her, we can just barbecue out back, just ourselves, and have fun with
Right.
just ourselves, and don't need a crowd around us. You get what I'm saying? So it's just the things that I know and the changes that I've made within myself, that I know that this person is the one that I love for me. You get what I'm saying? The
Right.
changes that I made as a whole, not just a single thing here or there. Now, to say that we haven't had our challenges, I haven't had my challenges, of course I have. And I probably still
Right.
will. But the glue is there. The glue there. You get what I'm saying? So the stronger we strengthen that glue, and even in
Right.
this relationship now, there's things that we're doing to even strengthen it more, to fight off what's coming, because you can bet something's coming. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
From you or either that person, because people gonna always try to, you know, pry into things. You know what I mean? So you gotta have that bond that's so strong that the only person can break it is y'all two, not
Right.
somebody from the outside. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And you gotta
Right.
understand what y'all got together, and the catalyst that it have between the both of y'all. Because somebody on the
Right.
outside coming out, they don't understand those dynamics. So to answer your question, if I did, it's the feeling and the changes that I have made. You know what I mean? I've
Right.
never bought a ring in my life until I bought my fiance the ring. You get what I'm saying? I
Right.
always thought that was just, you know, man, I ain't buying no ring. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, you know what I mean? So it's the feeling and the changes that you make as a man, speaking from a man's point of view, that, hey, look, you know, I'm gonna go build a house for my fiance, my wife. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? It's
Building
things
for
that you would do. It's things that you, right, you're building. It's things that you do out of the norm that you didn't do for anybody else
Right.
that you were in relationships prior.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. Right. So it's more so like you're looking towards more so not just the present, but just towards the future. Like because you're looking for a lifetime with this person.
Right, right.
With me personally, and this is no joke. I'm okay. You all know I've been married twice, divorced twice. I'm gonna honestly say, out of the relationships that I've been in, and I'm 48 and about to be 49, what I thought was the person or the one, I really never experienced. And I'm gonna be honest with you, because both times I got with people for the wrong reasons.
Right.
And it was dealing with insecurities within myself, because I still was dealing with the child, the little girl Misha, and not the woman Misha. And so now that I am the age that I am, and with the years of my kids' fathers and the two marriages, that's 30 some odd years of my life, right? So I've never really experienced knowing or having that feeling like this is the one, without that flag in the back of my head, knowing that it wasn't the one. But I did it anyway. I did it anyway because of the morals and the values, and I don't want to be out here doing this. I want it to be my husband and this, right? So I'm waiting for that moment. I'm waiting for that moment. And I think now, because of what I went through, I'll appreciate that moment when it do come. I'll be equipped to accept that moment when it do come, because I had to go through a healing process to get to that moment. So just to hear with, Shanye being a young woman, 30, Yale, you 53, right? 53, 53.
I know
And
I look
you've gone through what you've gone through, and now you're at that age. It just gives me hope to let me know, hey, because society paints the picture. Hey, you getting your clock ticking and all of that. Well, as long as I got blood running through my veins, I still got time.
Right.
But I'm more cautious. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm more cautious, with my time, with my heart, with just me as a whole. And I'm learning to love me first before I can ever accept anybody else to come into my space. I'm very selfish with my time. Right. So I'm still waiting on that. This the one, y'all. Like for real. Not y'all saying, "Nah, Misha, this the third time around." And y'all having family meetings.
Third time a charm.
They say the third time is a charm, huh?
Huh?
They say the third time is a charm, huh?
That's what they say. That's what they say. But this one thing that I'm not gonna rush it. This time I'm really gonna wait on God and hear from God, because God told me no with the last two, but I had to have it my way. Right. And I had to suffer behind it in order for me to be who I am today. Not a perfect woman, but I was a good woman. Right. And because you said something and it stuck with me, and I tell people this, I said, my cousin said I'm wifey material. That's right. My cousin said that. Yale said, cuz listen, you relationship material. You wifey material. You ain't none of these girls around here jumping for relationship. And I took heed to that, because coming from a man, not just because you were my cousin, because you know you would tell the truth. You would say, "Cuz, you ratchet," or whatever. Right. But just to hear that come from you, it made me know that, hey, Nisha, stay on this path, stay on this road. Okay, yeah, you at this age, it's all good, it's okay. You still learning yourself, because you compromise yourself for so many people. Now it's time for you to get back to yourself and take care of yourself. So when that person do come in and I say, cuz this is the one, I can definitely say wholeheartedly that is the one. So I'm looking forward to it. I really truly am. I really am. This has been the best real talk, and I'm just being honest. This has been really because one, I don't believe in scripts. I don't believe in rehearsing. We didn't rehearse anything. No. I just basically wanted to be face-to-face, real life issues that people struggle with. People have questions on. How do you know that this is the one? And how can we make our love last forever? Because it is possible. Mm-hmm. Especially with us is Black love. Black love can still last forever, but we got to get the key points in it. And the way you run your household, I can't run my household. So quit looking at everybody else's relationship and wanting that relationship, because you don't know the hell people have to go through to be in that relationship. Basically, you and that person learn each other, build off of each other, study each other, so that you can be able to take care of each other, look out for each other, love each other wholeheartedly, not walking around mad, talking about your business to everybody. Take it to God, then take it to each other, and keep people out of your lives, out of your business that go from family, friends, frenemies. You have to. If you don't go and ask for advice, don't accept advice. And that's the truth of the matter. If you're not going to somebody that's your friend or your family and asking them for their physical advice, don't have people coming up to you and say, God told me this, because if God told them, he'll tell you, because it's your relationship. Right. I appreciate my guest, Yale Sharp, my cousin, my daughter, Shanye Hall. Do y'all want to close out with something before we close out this real talk?
Well, I just say, like I said, I'm not a life coach. I'm just talking from experience, from a man in a relationship and things that I've been through in a relationship. And I can honestly tell, I can say this, no matter who you are, male or female, don't sell yourself short. Know your worth. At the bottom of the day, at the end of the day, know what your worth is. The only reason you tolerating what you tolerate is because it's your choice.
Shani?
All right. Well, I just want to say that self-love is the best love. Coming from being I'm a domestic violence survivor, so I had to teach myself all over again about self-love. And if you have self-love, you definitely won't settle for anything that's not, that's not worth keeping. Self-love is the best love. Find self-love, self-care, be selfish with your time, and it's not really being selfish. Love you first, and all of that other stuff will come with it.
Right. I want to say, piggybacking off of what Yale and Shanye said, know your worth. Because when you know your worth and who you are and whose you are, you won't accept just anything. You won't accept change when you know that you're worth 100. You won't accept 99. 99 just won't do. Self-love is necessary.
Mhm.
It's not being selfish. It's not being self-centered. It's not, no, it's necessary. In order for you to love anybody else, you definitely have to love yourself. So with all the experience and with all the things that we have given on tonight, I just want to personally say I thank you all for coming in, tuning in. I thank you, Yale Sharp, for taking out time of your busy schedule because you're a busy man. And I thank you, Shanye, for taking out your time to join us on Face to Face with Misha Wilson. Y'all make sure that y'all tune in on next week, Tuesday, when I present my new and special guest. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed night. Good night, guys.
Peace, Cuff.
Good night.